Okay, now moving on to general items, number 7. Robin is going to be giving us our update. Oh, excuse me, this is on the Financial Police Department photovoltaic facilities, and this is the financial update on that.
Yeah. We received bids today, so that was presented to City Council tonight on banks that.
It's like we already got it.
I'll start over. Good evening, mayors, members of the City Council. The production of electricity from solar panels continues to be profitable. The city is entering into a contract with Optera Energy Services to design, engineer, and install a solar facility at the city's police station. The resolutions attached to the staff report would approve the issuance of a debt obligation to fund this project. The city submitted a successful application for a clean, renewable energy bond allocation in August 2017 for $1,652,857. The CREB, as they're known, is a low-cost tax credit bond that will allow the city to finance the project. The project is projected by Optera Energy Services to save the city's general fund in excess of $1.3 million over its 30-year useful life. Actual energy cost savings will be a function of actual energy costs and the annual CREB effective interest rate, which is determined at the time of the bond sale. CREBs are taxable municipal bonds that carry a higher nominal interest rate than the equivalent tax-exempt bonds. This is the second time, I believe, that we've brought to you the CREBs financing mechanism. But we should receive a reimbursement from the Internal Revenue Service after each payment, representing a portion of the interest paid. The subsidy payment from the IRS will vary, but is anticipated to be between 60 and 70% of the semi-annual interest payment that we have to pay on the CREBs. And when I say it should be, it's conditioned upon the Congress appropriating funds as part of the federal budget process. But if for some reason Congress does not approve the appropriation of those funds, the city will include language in the bond agreement that gives us the ability to call the bonds or prepay them with either reserves or to refinance them with some other mechanism. As I mentioned, we received updates today from banks that bid on this financing. The city is looking at a taxable rate of 4.72%. And with the IRS anticipated interest rate subsidy, the actual net interest rate is estimated to be about 2.64%. Staff recommends authorizing the issuance of CREBs to finance the project by adopting the attached resolutions and approving the attached installment sale agreement and assignment agreement. Please also note that there are 2 resolutions, the first for the Yuba City Public Financing Authority and the second for the City of Yuba City. With that, I'll answer any questions.
Thank you for their presentation. I'm just making sure that I have noted here the 2 separate resolutions. Okay. Any questions from council members? I do have one, and I know this is something that was discussed in our meeting and stuff together. A lot of the time, projects of this kind end up having, in the first few years, some negative impacts. In other words, you have to pay out a little bit to, in the future, have a true savings and then a net savings of a significant amount. I know you were trying to make this pencil every year, or at least get as close to zero at first. How successful? How did this come out? Since
we were successful in that endeavor. We've been looking at this project for a little while now. And initially, yes, you're correct. It did not pencil positive in the early years, the first 10 to 20 years, in fact. And we were looking at an outlay of about $5,000. But then when I was going through and reviewing the city's final trial balances, getting ready for the city's audit, one of the funds that we had on hand was for energy efficiency improvements. So staff got together and discussed what better use of this project or of these funds than to put towards this particular project for solar facilities at the police department. That's the exact intent which those funds were accumulated for in the past. And we've done so many energy efficiency improvements throughout the city that we're running out of projects to do at least given the current technology. So this is a perfect use of those funds. There's $104,000 there that we plan to put towards this particular project, which then with that infusion of cash reserves that the city has on hand, specifically to be used only for this purpose, it makes the project cash flow positive from the very beginning, starting out at $3,900 and going up from there, with it starting at year 21, producing 61,000 of positive cash flow and moving on up from there to a total in the last year of 156,000. So saving a total of 1.36 million over 30 years. That's the projected savings.
My fam club found another million. That's just one of my things. Fam means found another million. And she continues to work towards that, which is fantastic. Thank you very much for doing that. And if there's no other questions or comments, looking for action on A, B, C, D. Got to flip the page and make sure. Yes, and D.
Move for approval of items, or recommendations A, B, C, and D.
Do I have a second? I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, unanimous vote. Get that out there so they can start building, getting our other parts of the projects done for the police.